Lily's story, A Day at the Airport. Lily's feet slid just a little on the shiny airport floor. She was still standing near the check-in counter, where people give their bags and tickets before flying. Her hands were holding something tightly, a silver necklace that was now broken into two pieces. It used to belong to her mom. Her eyes were full of tears, but she was trying hard not to cry. Around her, people were watching. Some had their phones out, recording. Some whispered. Some just stared. But nobody helped. Two airport guards, big and serious, stood close to her. One was named Lucas. The other was Richard. They had taken her backpack, dumped all her things on the ground, and acted like Lily had done something very bad. She hadn't. "You're making a big mistake," Lily said. Her voice was quiet but brave. "And soon, you'll see I'm telling the truth." Lucas crossed his arms. He looked at Lily like she didn't matter. Behind him stood Ava, the mean gate agent who had started all of this. She worked for the airline and wore a name tag. She was the one who looked at Lily's business class ticket and said, "This doesn't seem real." "Did you steal it?" Lily hadn't stolen anything. Her big brother Keanu Reeves, a famous actor, had bought the ticket for her. He always told her to follow her dreams. And that's what she was doing, flying to New York to join a special screenwriting workshop. But Ava didn't believe her. Instead, Ava smirked and called the guards. She said Lily was suspicious, maybe even hiding something bad like drugs. She didn't believe Lily was flying business class. She didn't like how Lily looked, with her hoodie and backpack. Not fancy enough. That's why they tore open her bag and dumped her things, a protein bar, some socks, a water bottle, and a notebook with her stories inside. And then, her silver necklace fell. The one her mom wore every day before she died. When it hit the floor, it broke. And one of the guards, Lucas, had even kicked it aside and said, "Just cheap junk." Lily's heart hurt more than it ever had. And now, she was standing with her stuff all over the floor, being stared at, judged, and treated like she didn't belong, all because she looked different. But she didn't yell. She didn't cry. Instead, she stood up straighter. She remembered what her brother Keanu had once told her. "People will see what they want to see. But you don't let them tell you who you are." She took a deep breath. Then she pulled out her phone with shaking fingers and called Keanu. He answered right away. "Hey, Em," he said. "You okay?" "I'm fine," Lily whispered. She wasn't really fine, but she didn't want to sound scared. "Can you come?" she asked softly. "I'm on my way," Keanu said right away. "Hold tight." But just as she ended the call, Lucas grabbed her phone and tossed it on the counter. "No calls till we're done," he said in a loud, angry voice. Lily stared at him, her hand shaking. "You've got no right," she said, her voice louder now. Ava laughed and said, "Oh, we've got every right. You're not flying anywhere until we say so." Lily felt hot and cold at the same time. The crowd around her grew bigger. Everyone was looking. No one said anything to help. Some people were recording with their phones like it was a TV show. But this wasn't a show. This was her real life. She wasn't a thief. She wasn't a liar. She was just a girl going to a workshop, and her big brother had paid for the ticket. She felt the broken necklace in her hand. It was sharp. It poked her skin. But she didn't let go. That necklace was all she had left from her mom. When their mom got sick, Lily and Keanu took care of her. And when she passed away, Keanu gave Lily the necklace and said, "This will remind you she's still with us." And now it was broken. Just like this whole day. Then something changed. There was a loud sound, fast footsteps. Strong, sure. The crowd turned. And there he was. Keanu Reeves. He walked quickly and calmly. People gasped. A few said, "Is that really him?" Others put their phones down. Keanu's face looked calm, but his eyes were serious. He went straight to Lily. He looked at the mess on the floor. He saw Lily standing there, holding the broken necklace, her cheeks red and eyes full of tears. He saw the guards. He saw Ava. "What's going on here?" he asked, his voice low but clear. Ava blinked. She didn't know what to say. "This girl said you're her brother," said Lucas. "We thought she was lying." Keanu stepped closer to Lily. He stood beside her, tall and strong. "Yes," he said. "Lily is my sister. I bought her that ticket." He looked right at Ava. "So why is she being treated like this?" Ava opened her mouth, then closed it again. "She didn't look like someone who flies business class," she finally mumbled. Keanu raised an eyebrow. "And what does that look like?" Nobody answered. Then Lily said softly, "They broke Mom's necklace." Keanu looked down at her hand. The silver chain was in 2 pieces. He reached out gently and touched it. His face grew sad. Really sad. Then he stood straight and looked at the guards. "That necklace," he said slowly, "belonged to our mother. It's the only thing Lily has left of her." Richard, the other guard, looked down at the floor. Lucas looked uncomfortable too. "You had no reason to treat her like this," Keanu said. "She didn't do anything wrong. She had her ID. She had her ticket. But you saw a young girl in a hoodie and decided she didn't belong. That's not okay." People in the crowd were quiet now. They weren't filming anymore. Some looked ashamed. Ava still looked like she wanted to argue. "She could have been lying," she muttered. Lily looked at her and said clearly, "But I wasn't." More silence. Then a woman in the crowd said, "She deserves an apology." Others nodded. Keanu looked back at Ava. "You owe my sister an apology." Ava crossed her arms, then slowly dropped them to her sides. She looked away, then down. "I'm sorry," she said. The words were stiff and cold. But they were words. Lily didn't say anything back. Keanu crouched and helped Lily pick up the things from the floor. Her notebook, her pen, the folded script she had written, and the necklace. He held the broken pieces gently and whispered, "We'll get it fixed. I promise." Then he looked her in the eyes. "Are you okay?" Lily nodded, but tears ran down her face now. These were tears of relief. She wasn't alone anymore. Keanu put an arm around her shoulder. Together, they walked to the gate. No one stopped them now. The people in the crowd moved aside. Some even clapped. A man said, "She's brave." A woman whispered, "That was so wrong what they did to her." Lily didn't smile. Not yet. But she held her head high. She was still flying to New York. She was still going to her screenwriting workshop. She was still chasing her dream, just like Keanu had told her to. She had faced something hard, something unfair, and she had stood strong. As they reached the gate, Keanu looked at the gate agent there. Not Ava, but a younger woman with kind eyes. "I need to check my sister in," Keanu said. The woman looked at Lily, then nodded. "Right away, sir." Lily gave her the boarding pass. The woman smiled. "Have a safe flight, Miss Reeves." For the first time that day, Lily felt a little bit like she belonged. As they waited for the plane, Keanu sat with her. "You didn't give up," he said. "That takes guts." Lily looked at her notebook. She flipped through it. Her story ideas were still there. The ones her mom had read before she got too sick. The ones Keanu said were full of heart. She wrote one new sentence at the bottom of a blank page. "People will judge you, but you don't have to believe them." She looked at Keanu and smiled. He smiled back. That's a good line. And when the plane finally took off, flying high above the clouds, Lily looked out the window and whispered to herself, I belong here. I really do. As Lucas pulled her away from the counter, his hand was tight on her arm. Let go, Lily yelled, twisting to get free. I didn't do anything wrong. Her voice shook, not because she was scared, but because it hurt to be treated like this. Lucas leaned close. His breath was hot on her face. Be quiet or it'll get worse, he said. That made Lily even angrier. She wasn't a little kid. Keanu had taught her more than just how to dream. He had taught her how to be strong. When Richard tried to grab her other arm, she moved fast. She ducked under his arm and pushed him hard with both hands. He fell back and crashed into some bins near the security area. The loud sound echoed through the airport. The people around gasped and shouted. Some clapped like it was a show. Others just watched, their eyes wide. Lily stood there, breathing hard. She still held the broken necklace in her fist. She didn't want to fight, but they made her. Lucas got up fast, his face red with anger. You're done, he growled, stepping toward her. But before he could reach her, someone else spoke. The voice was loud and strong. What's going on here? It was Gavin Lawson, the airport manager. He walked over with his tie a little messy, looking between Lily and the guards. Before Lily could say anything, Ava spoke first. She's dangerous, Ava said, pointing at Lily. She's probably hiding something. I knew she was trouble. Lily shook her head and stepped forward, even though Lucas gave her a scary look. That's not true, she said. I just want to get on my flight. My brother can prove everything. She took out her phone. Lucas had thrown it earlier but didn't bother to take it. She opened the email from Keanu. It showed her name, the flight, and the business class ticket he bought for her. She held it out. Her hand didn't shake, even though her heart was beating fast. Look, it's real. You can call him. Gavin looked at the phone for just a second, then gave it back. We can't check this right now, he said in a dull voice. The ticket is on hold until we figure this out. Lily's stomach sank. On hold? But it's right there. His name, the payment. What else do you need? Gavin crossed his arms. He didn't look sorry. We have rules. Too many strange things. Your story, how you're acting. You're not getting on that plane. Those words hit her hard. She wasn't acting. She was just standing up for herself. But they didn't care. They thought her fighting back meant she was guilty. Ava smiled from behind the counter, arms crossed like she had won. Told you, she said quietly. Lily gripped the broken necklace harder. The sharp edge hurt her hand. This wasn't just unfair. It felt like they were trying to take away her name, her dignity, and everything her brother had helped her build. She thought of Keanu, her big brother who never gave up. He once told her after a magazine called him too nice, that the world didn't like people who didn't fit the usual boxes. She laughed then, but now she understood. They didn't believe her because she wasn't what they expected, a rich, fancy girl with a famous brother. She was just Lily, and that made them think she was lying. You're wrong, she said, looking Gavin in the eye. I'm not a thief. I'm not a bad person. My brother's coming, and he'll show you. Gavin raised an eyebrow. Sure he is. Until then, step aside. Lucas grabbed her arm again and pulled her toward the edge of the check-in area. She pulled her arm back. Don't touch me, she yelled. You have no right to treat me like this. The people around her moved. Some kept their phones up, still filming. She could feel them judging her, whispering about her. But she didn't care. Keanu always told her to hold her head high, even when people tried to knock her down. He showed her how to be strong without shouting. She wanted to be that strong now. But her chest ached. They broke her mom's necklace, messed up her stuff, and now they were trying to take away her chance to prove who she was. Gavin turned away like she didn't matter. "Take her out of here," he told Lucas. Lily's fists clenched. "You can't just—" she started, but Richard came close. "Move or we'll move you." Her heart pounded. She was angry, but she knew she couldn't fight 4 people alone. Still, she stood tall. "You're making a mistake," she said again, her voice calm. The guards hesitated. They didn't expect her to stand so strong. She wasn't crying or shouting. She was challenging them. That didn't fit what they thought of her. The crowd buzzed louder. Some people whispered about her, "Isn't that the Reeves girl?" Lily didn't care. This wasn't about being famous. It was about her name, her honor, and Keanu's belief in her. She knew he was coming. He always kept his promises. And just when she felt she couldn't stand anymore, he came. Like a quiet storm, Keanu Reeves walked into the SeaTac airport. He wore a simple black jacket and a baseball cap pulled low. No cameras, no fans. Just her brother. The crowd went quiet. Heads turned. Some people knew him from the movies. Others just felt how powerful he was without even trying. He walked straight to Lily, ignoring the guards, the people, everything. He dropped to one knee in front of her. "You okay, Em?" he asked, his voice soft. Lily nodded. She couldn't speak. She felt her strength coming back just by seeing him. Keanu looked up at Gavin, who had frozen. "Who treated my sister like this?" he asked. His voice wasn't loud, but it was sharp and serious. Gavin fumbled with his hands. "Sir, I'm so sorry. It was a mistake." Keanu stood up tall. He didn't yell, but his calm voice was strong. "I don't want to say sorry. I want Lily treated right." Ava turned pale. Her mean smile was gone. Lucas and Richard stepped back. They looked small now. Lily watched, her chest hurting from everything, but also filled with relief. Her brother was here. Like always. Keanu took out his phone and credit card. He slid them across the counter to Gavin. "Here's the proof. I bought her ticket. It's in the email. That's my name and my card." His voice was steady, but serious. "Check it." Lily's tears fell, not from being sad, but from feeling loved. Keanu turned back to her. He didn't say much. Just put a hand on her shoulder, warm and strong. Then he said quietly, "Mom would have hated this. You know, she always said, we're tougher than they think." Hearing about their mom made Lily cry more. She remembered how strong their mom was, even when she was sick. She used to smile and say, "Keep going, no matter what." Keanu had held her hand then. Now he was holding Lily up the same way. "She'd be proud of you," he added. His voice sounded like he missed her too. Gavin cleared his throat. His voice was shaking. "We'll fix this, Mr. Reeves. I'll let everyone know we were wrong." Keanu gave a short nod. "Good. She deserves that." Lily wiped her tears. She was still mad. They had judged her, broken her stuff, treated her like she was nothing. But with Keanu beside her, she didn't feel alone anymore. He wasn't just a famous name. He was her big brother. Her rock. The one who taught her to stay strong. When people tried to be mean to her, Lily remembered how her brother had been through tough times too. In the past, big movie bosses said he was too quiet, too soft, not good enough to be a star. But he showed them they were wrong. He didn't yell or fight. He just kept going with his calm and kind heart. Now, he was standing up for Lily, turning people's mean words into nothing, without shouting. Lily felt a little better, her chest not hurting as much anymore because her brother was strong for her. Thanks for coming, she whispered very softly. He gave her shoulder a gentle squeeze. Always, Em. You're my family. Those words felt like a warm hug. She didn't know she needed them until now. Gavin, a man helping them, looked at the crowd still staring and said, "We'll get her on the plane. No more problems." Keanu didn't smile. "Make sure of it." Lily felt things changing. She wasn't just some girl people could push around anymore. She was Keanu Reeves' sister, and now they all knew it. But more than that, she was still herself, tough, brave, and not giving up. His belief in her helped her believe in herself, even though the unfairness still stung. With him by her side, she could breathe again, ready for whatever came next. Then the air in the airport felt different. A man named Daniel Price, who was the boss there, walked over. He wore a nice suit, but his face looked worried. He came up to Keanu and Lily, his hands together like he was nervous. "Mr. Reeves, I'm sorry," he said in a low but clear voice. "This shouldn't have happened." Keanu didn't say anything at first. He just looked at the man, letting the moment feel serious. Then Daniel turned to the crowd and spoke louder. "We got this wrong. Our staff made a mistake. We're admitting it. Lily Reeves is allowed on the flight. Her ticket is real." People looked over, still holding up their phones, but they weren't as noisy now. Daniel looked at Lily kindly. "You're back on your flight. First class. We're making this right." Lily let out a breath. She felt a bit more calm. Keanu nodded. "Good. And those rules, the ones that let this happen, fix them too." Daniel nodded slowly. "We will. I'm starting a review. We'll change how we treat passengers. This won't happen again." It wasn't just a promise to Lily and Keanu. It was the beginning of fixing a broken system, all because of what happened to her. Lily held her broken necklace tight in her hand. Its sharp edges reminded her of the pain they caused. Even if she was getting her seat back, it still hurt. Keanu put a hand on her shoulder again, calm and steady, and gently led her toward the gate. "Let's go, Em." They walked together and got on the plane, going into the quiet part at the front. The sound of the engines was soft there, almost like a quiet hum. It gave them space to relax. Lily sat down in her seat, still holding the pieces of the necklace. Keanu sat next to her. He didn't ask her to talk. He just waited. He always did that. Finally, Lily spoke, her voice small. "I thought I was tough, you know? But back there, I almost broke." She looked at Keanu, her eyes full of hurt. Keanu leaned forward, resting his elbows on his knees. His eyes were gentle and strong. "Being tough isn't about not breaking, Em. It's about getting back up after you do. And you did that." Lily nodded, but she still felt sad. She thought about their mom, the embarrassment, the fight she didn't want. She looked at the necklace again, her thumb touching the broken part. "They didn't just judge me. They broke something I can't fix." Keanu's face looked sad too. He understood. "Yeah, that part hurts. But you're still here. Still you. That's what matters." Lily swallowed hard. Tears wanted to come, but she held them back. He was right. She had stood up for herself, even when it was hard. It wasn't just about a plane seat. It was about people thinking she didn't matter. But Keanu always saw that she did, even when she didn't see it herself. Outside the plane, people were already sharing the story. People had taken videos. They posted clips online, of Lily standing up, Keanu helping, Daniel saying sorry. The videos spread fast. Hashtags popped up like hashtag Justice for Lily and hashtag #CTACFail. People were upset. They were mad at a system that treated someone unfairly because of how she looked or where she came from. Comments flooded in. This isn't right. She didn't deserve that. The airport's team quickly tried to fix things. They said they would train their workers better and treat passengers with more care. Lily's bad day became a big moment for change. But she didn't know all that yet. Sitting in her seat beside Keanu, all she felt was a mix of relief and sadness. She was seen now, but still hurt. "You didn't have to come," she said quietly, looking at him. He shook his head. "Yeah, I did. You're my sister. I'd walk through worse than an airport for you." His voice was calm and strong, a promise that didn't need to be loud to be true. Lily felt warmth in her chest. The pain didn't feel so heavy anymore. She thought about their mom again, how she taught them to always stand up for each other. That's what Keanu was doing now. Just like always. The plane's engines got louder. They were about to take off. Lily leaned back in her seat, still holding the necklace pieces. She felt seen, and she felt strong, but the day's pain was still there. Keanu reached over and put his hand on hers. He didn't say anything. That was enough. She wasn't alone anymore. Maybe, just maybe, she had turned something painful into something that mattered. Lily looked out the window, the broken necklace in her hand. Then she turned to Keanu and asked softly, "Why are you always there when I need you?" He looked at her with kind eyes, but there was something deeper in his look. "Because you're all I've got left, Em. My only family." His words hung in the air, simple but big. They had both lost so much, but they still had each other. They didn't talk for a while. They just sat there, thinking about their mom. She was strong, kind, and brave. She taught Keanu to be quiet but strong, and she taught Lily to keep fighting even when it hurt. "She'd have loved your fire today," Keanu said with a small smile. "That stubborn streak, all her." Lily touched the necklace's rough edge again. "I want to write about this," she said. The idea felt right and bright. Turn it into something, maybe a script. Make the pain mean something. Keanu nodded, pride in his eyes. "Do it." She'd say that's your gift, turning hard things into something beautiful. The plane landed in New York. The wheels hit the ground like a heart starting again. Lily stepped off the plane with Keanu right beside her. The heavy feeling from the airport was still there, but it didn't feel as big anymore. It felt lighter. Different. She wasn't the girl they doubted anymore. She was someone who had been knocked down, but she got back up. And her brother's quiet strength helped her do it. Keanu looked at her and smiled, a real one, the kind he didn't give often. "You made me proud, Em." Her chest filled with something warm and strong, healing and hope. She wasn't just his sister. She was her own person now. Strong. Brave. Ready to tell her story. This wasn't about being famous, not Keanu's fame or anyone's. It was about love that doesn't quit, and strength that doesn't need to be loud. Lily held the necklace pieces. Not as something broken anymore, but as a sign that she could put herself back together. With Keanu beside her, she saw it clearly. The real fight wasn't just against unfairness, it was for what stays with you afterward. And they won that fight. Together. Lily and Keanu's story isn't just about a bad day at an airport. It's about how we treat people we don't understand. It's hard to believe someone's worth can still be crushed just for wearing a hoodie or having a different name. Maybe you think Lily should have smiled more or been nicer. But no matter what, it's hard to ignore what Keanu did. He showed up with love that doesn't back away. That's the real strength, not being famous, but being family. And sticking together. If you liked this story, tell me in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe for more fun adventures and mysteries. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.